Good morning, dear children. We are going to just discuss the summary definition. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. So we found that this definition was not adequate when we were explaining some keywords used in it. Through the series of examples we have tried to understand the democracy is a form of government. Accordingly, democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people, take all the major decisions. Elections offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people to change the current rulers. This choice and opportunity is available to all the people on all equal basis, and the exercise of this choice leads to a government limited by basic rules of the constitution and citizens right, children. So this was the summarized definition. Now we will move towards the next, that is why democracy. Fine. Why democracy is important, that we are going to discuss. Fine. We have some arguments against democracy. Fine. So what are the against democracy? Leaders keep changing in democracy. What are the arguments against democracy? I am discussing with you. So the leaders here, they keep on changing. Fine. This leads to instability, means one is going, one is coming, so it takes time to for the others to adjust. So it takes time for the adjustment. Instability. Democracy is all about principle, political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. So it is always a competition. One will win, one will lose. So a competition is always there. Fine. So many people have to consulted in a democracy, that it leads to delays, as we have to consult people in a democracy. So for many times the things are delayed. Fine. They are not done on time. Elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. It leads to bad decisions. Sometimes the person whom we have elected is not aware of what we want. Fine. So he is not aware, and he or she can leads to bad decision. Fine. The decision which is not good for people. Democracy leads to corruption, for it is based on electoral competition. In electoral competition, you might have seen lot of corruption can be seen just to gain power. Ordinary people don't know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. Fine. Now the ordinary people all have right to vote. So the people who are not educated, those who don't know the the things which they should do for elections, so they sometimes it might can happen that just because of getting money from someone, they give vote to that person only. They can vote for a wrong person also. So that can leads to trouble afterwards. Fine. So these were some arguments which were against democracy. Now arguments which are in favor of democracy. Now see, the China's famine. There was a famine in China in 1958 to 61, and it was the worst recorded famine in the world history. Now see, 3 crore people died in this famine in China. And if you talk about at that time, India's economic condition was not much better than China. Means they were sailing in the same boat. Their economic conditions were not good. Yet India did not have famine of the kind China had. But the China had a worst famine, but India managed. Why? Economists think that this is the result of the different government policies in the two countries. Fine. Because in China, the existence of democracy in India made the Indian government respond to food scarcity in a way that China government did not. Because as we have discussed, there in China there is only one party, the Communist Party. Now, obviously, Communist Party knows that we are going to win the elections again because they don't have any competitor. But here in India, they had competitor. We have opposition party. So just to do well in elections, just to win people's heart, the government did very well, and they somehow lessen the problem which China faced a lot. Fine. So this was the reason for the Indian government. Fine. They point out that no large scale famine has ever taken place in an independent and democratic country. If China too had a multi party elections, obviously the opposition were going to check out them. Democracy is better than any other form of government in responding to the needs of the people. A non democratic government may and can respond to the people's need, but all depends on the wishes of the people who rule. So a democratic government is better government because it is more accountable form of government. Here the one whom you have elected is accountable, has to be answerable, that why you have not done this, why you have not done that. Fine. So there is another reason why democracy should lead to better decisions. In the democracy, it improves the quality of decision making. Why? See, the decisions that any non-democratic country takes, the democracy will take better decision. Democracy is based on consultation and discussion. A democratic decision always involves many persons, decisions, and meetings. Everybody is included. When a number of people put their heads together, they are able to point out possible mistakes in any decision. This takes time, but there is a big advantage of taking time over important decision. This reduces the chances of rash and irresponsible decision. Just now we discussed that it takes time to take some decisions, but when we are taking time to decide something, obviously the chances of becoming that decision wrong are lessened. Fine. Thus, democracy improves the quality of decision making. This is related to the third argument. Democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. There different methods are there to deal with the differences and conflicts. In a society, people are bound to have differences and opinions and interests. So these differences are particularly sharp in a country like ours, which has a meaning. We have social diversity. So people belong to different regions, speak different languages, practice different religions, and have different castes. They look at the world very differently and have different preferences. So the preferences of one group can clash with the other one. Fine. So how to resolve? They are going to resolve the conflict can be resolved by brutal power. Whichever group is more powerful will dictate. Fine. And the others have to accept that. But that would lead resentment and unhappiness. So different groups may not be able to live together for long in such a way. So democracy provides the only peaceful situation to this problem. In a democracy, no one is permanent winner, no one is a permanent ruler. So different groups can live with one another in a peaceful manner. In a diverse country like India, democracy keeps our country together. So democracy enhances the dignity of citizens. The third argument is affects the democracy and the quality of government in social life also. But the strongest argument for democracy is not able to what democracy does with the government. Fine, it's about that democracy does with the citizen. So even if the democracy is not bringing about better decisions, it is accountable to people, so it is going to keep that thing in mind. It is still better than other forms of government. Democracy enhances the dignity of people, so it has to take care of the principles. Fine. It has to it is based on the principle of political equality. So the dignity of people is recognizing that the poorest and the least educated has the same status, all have equality. So the dignity is kept in mind. And finally, we can say that democracy is better than all other forms of government because it allows us to correct its own mistakes. Sometimes in democracy, the government does some mistakes, but in the next time, if the people are not happy with the government, they can change the government. So obviously, the next time the government is going to correct its mistake to come to be in the to become a ruling party again. So it's a best form of government. Fine. So we will discuss the last topic in the next module. Thank you and have a nice day.